into a conversation with a legal practitioner, a former member of parliament for the Akutia constituency, also an NDC national organizer hopeful, Baba Jamal. Chief, good morning. How are you doing? You've been missed.
I am around. Yes.
How have you been?
I just went to hide myself small in the courtrooms and practicing. So I have researched.
Has been the life off the cameras and everything, practicing your law?
Oh, yes. I don't think that I went off completely.
Okay.
I've been in and out. But I think that I was spending more time in the chambers and in the courtroom. So but duty has called me back to the political scene. So
right.
I'm coming back as the national organizer, hopefully, and so it's good.
Ascolondo, that's your Nikki. Do you still use it?
Yes. Everybody called me Ascolondo. That was a name given to me by the media.
Okay.
Because it was Kwame Sefakai who named me Ascolondo. Okay. It's a name of a river in Akwetia.
Right.
And so it has become my nickname.
But why would he name you Ascolondo?
No, we're talking about how rivers were polluted or are polluted.
Okay.
And then I mentioned that name, that it is one of the rivers that when we were kids, we were bathing and swimming in it. Right. But now, because of pollution, we can't even swim in it. And he mentioned what's the name, and I said, well, the actual name is Abanza. Okay. But when we were children, we were calling it Ascolondo.
Okay.
So then he started calling me Ascolondo, and that time, Peace FM was virtually the only radio station around, and so it got caught fire, and it has become my name. But I love it. It's a good name,
What does Baba Jamal bring into the table as organizer of the party? You've been an MP and held other positions. What are you bringing?
Yes, I'm not bringing anything new. I'm bringing the same magic that I brought together with my colleagues in 2008 and took MPP off the seat. It's the same thing I'm bringing back. I'm bringing the same dedication, the same commitment, the zeal and desire to die a little for the party. That's what I'm bringing back.
That magic didn't work in 2016.
It worked. But when we were in party office, I was in the party office as the deputy general secretary for 8 years.
Right.
And that's why all the other colleagues that are contacting me are all my engineers or my people I help to train. So that time, the commitment. When you hear names that time like Ofosu Ampofo, Ama Benuado. Tumesia Pia, these were committed guys. Haruna Idrisu, and some few that I can remember. Agbemanole, Inusa. Those names were very serious names. And when they are coming for a program, then you know that you have a lot on your hand. Okay. And the same commitment and the zeal to work. Is what I'm bringing back. So
this current crop of executives didn't have it? Is that the suggestion?
I won't say they didn't have it. Maybe what they had was not enough to maintain power.
Asiedun Ketia, Kofi Adams, is a colossus. Anita De Soso.
I'm saying that Asiedun Ketia is a colossus. Anita, Kofi Adams, whoever, they were all good guys, wonderful guys. But you see, circumstances sometimes. Okay. Determine what you can do.
Which circumstances, for example?
For example, in 2016, our own internal problems worried their work. Okay. Our own internal policies that we took. For example, one of it is the way we elected our parliamentary candidates. Okay. Opening up the register when we don't even know our members. So it increased the acrimony on the ground, and it affected their work. 2, allowing DCs, presidential staffers, to be contesting MPs on the ground. These were serious problems that affected the work of the executives on the ground. And then also the way our resources were distributed. We didn't have a center. It was dispersed. Do you understand? Okay. So these are issues that I think that any other executive would have been affected with it. But you see, we are learning from history. So that's why I don't want to blame my predecessors too much, or say that they didn't do.
You're already voting them out of office. You say predecessors.
Oh yes, because in the next 1 month they will be out.
All of them?
Of course, all of them, and those who will be re-elected will join the new.
Who would you? I mean the team. Who would you want re-elected? Who don't you want there?
I don't want to.
You're saying that council. You're saying that you've been there for 8 years, prior to 2016.
Yes.
there was a team. You say that they
I've worked with
okay.
and I know he's a very good.
So you'd want to see Ketia to say
I won't say that, but I'm saying that I've worked with them. I'm telling you what I know about them. As to who comes is a decision of the delegates.
I'm asking you if you had a chance to vote. You have a chance to vote.
Yes, I'm going to vote. I'm saying that I've worked with Jesse Ketia, and I know he is a nice person to work with. He's a hard working. I've worked with people like Ofozompo. I've seen him work. I've worked with Auntie Betty. I've worked with a crop of people. Auntie Betty, wonderful personality to be with. I've worked with even Kofi Adam. When I was Deputy General Secretary, Kofi Adam was the Deputy Youth Organizer, and I've worked with him. So I know all those guys. So. And no person, only very few, maybe the young ones who are coming up now that I don't know. I know almost everybody, 99% of them, I know them personally, and I have the opportunity to work with them. So, any of them who come is the decision of the delegates. In advising the delegates, I have always said that if you know the person who can help us win power, and you vote, you don't vote for the person, and you vote for any other person. For any consideration whatsoever, you would have failed the party.
Who do you feel comfortable working with if you had a chance to become organizer of the party? Who would you feel comfortable working with? Let's build a virtual team.
Let the delegates build a team for us. They know better.
You say there's a certain magic that existed back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. That let the delegates decide for us who they think will win them power.
Top three.
What we can do is to advise them. And that's what I'm doing here.
Top three things that Baba Jamal would do if he becomes national organizer. What are you?
The first thing is that I'm going to build a database of all our members, which we already have, but I'm going to ensure that it becomes more deepened. Two, to ensure that our branches are all well informed. Now, by virtue of technology, we can keep everybody on one platform and make sure that everybody is in there and we work with them. We'll provide them with the necessary logistics on the ground so that they can also, the input and output feedback information system is one thing that, because one of the things that affected us was lack of information, because the information was not flowing the way we wanted it. And I think that is one thing that I'm going to do.
Speaking of that, the Kwesi Botwe report, have you seen it?
I've not seen it, but I've read excess of it.
So you want to be organizer. This is a committee that says the party did these wrongs. These are the recommendations. You have not seen
I don't need Kwesi Botwe to come and tell me what went wrong.
He was not the only person.
And I'm saying that I don't need Kwesi Botwe's report to tell me what went wrong. I've already given you three key major things.
Was the report, was the committee unnecessary?
Of course it was necessary. It was a good exercise. But I'm saying that with my experience in NDC leadership for close to 2 decades, I know what went wrong in 2016, and that's why I'm coming back.
Do you support President Mohammed's bid to come back?
I've made that public a long time ago, even before I decided to become national organizer. I've made that bid. I'm not changing my position. But let me also add that I respect every individual's right to come and contest. I respect them. These are big men who have a lot of respect, and for that matter, I don't doubt their capability. But under the circumstances, I have declared my support for John Mahama long time ago, about a year ago, when I've not even decided to come for national organizer. And I'm not changing that position now.
A respected educationist politician who in fact worked with President Mahama says he would wish that President Mahama would reconsider his decision. You read that?
I read that statement.
What do you make of it?
It has come a bit too late. It's a good advice, but it has come a bit too late. The president has decided to come. There are compelling reasons why he should come back to come and safeguard this country. And he will not be the first person who have done that. We saw that in the American history. We saw that even our next door neighbor, Benin, we saw Kerekou going and coming back. We've seen it in other countries that have been. So it is not only him who is doing that.
Was President Mahama the problem in 2016?
Never.
He was not. Who was?
All of us.
All of you?
Yes. All of us were part of the problem. All of us took the decision to have our electoral college expanded at National Executive Committee. And even though some of us opposed it, but majority accepted it, and we went by it. It's just all of us who created that problem. In fact, that decision alone took, I mean, it's 50% of
that
our
was
problem.
Deepening democracy within the party.
Yes,
rank.
but you don't.
You see it as a problem.
Democracy must be controlled. Democracy, even though you are deepening it, must be, I mean, strategically controlled. You don't just open the doors when you don't even know your members. At that time, we didn't even have a biometric based data on our people like we have today. So, and today we are still working on it. And that's why we are going to use it this time, because it's not going to help us.
Right.
Then also, it is all of us who decided that DCs and whatever should be allowed to vote, to contest certain MPs. It's not John Mahama. It is all of us. Both the national executives, the regional executive. If the regional executives have come together to say, we will agree, it wouldn't have happened. So it is not. So when you blame John Mahama, you are blaming John Mahama for nothing. John Mahama, as an individual, may have his own shortcomings. You understand? As all of us. But in losing this election, you can't blame only John Mahama. You can't blame only national executive. You can blame everybody.
Is Baba Jamal antagonistic? Are you a quick-tempered person?
You know me. I've been in the media.
That's what the people are saying.
No, I'm saying I've been in the media for close to 25 years. I started media as a student leader.
Right.
If I'm that quick-tempered and antagonistic, I wouldn't be here today with you. 25 years when I was even younger, less than maybe 20 years, when I started, and I've held responsible positions throughout my life. Do you understand? Even as a student leader, I was from, let me tell you, my political leadership started when I was just class 6 I was in class 6, cupboard boy. When I started as cupboard boy, I went through, came to the secondary, I was the SRC representative for my class, Form 1, Form 2. I became the Pan-African president in Laboni as the chairman of the Pan-African students. I was a Gunsa.
You have a lot of experience to share.
Executive member. I went to sixth form. I was the vice president of JIMSA. I went to the University of Ghana. I was the local NUCS president. I was the JIMSA president. I came out. I was the coordinating secretary for the entire NUCS.
So you have a lot of experience. What is your relationship now with the people at NEMA? I'm curious about. We have just 2 minutes to go. We have just 2 minutes to go. Sorry about the council. Forgive me.
No problem.
What's your relationship with the people at NEMA?
Wonderful. I lived in NEMA for close to.
They chased you away when you wanted to.
They did not.
The reports were
false.
Some
people, out of their own fear,
who
didn't want me to be part of a process. But now, those same people, other one people are even calling back for me. But I am saying that I am a NEMA born bred. I lived in Akwetia as well. My parents are still in Akwetia. If anybody knows me more in NEMA.
Is that why you abandoned your MP ambitions to become a party?
I never declared anywhere I was going for NEMA. Did I?
Okay. That's what the report
I never declared anywhere.
You were former deputy minister.
There were some rumors around, that's fine. But it's okay. I didn't declare anywhere. But there was rumors. There was rumors. There were a lot of things on table for me. And I considered all the options, and I've decided.
But you are a former deputy minister for employment and labor relations. People are losing their jobs. Banks are collapsing.
Yes, because you have people who
what advice would you have given if you were in that saddle?
Tell the government to go back to the drawing board. Stop the propaganda that they are doing. Sit down with businessmen and consider their plight. Know that you can't run a country based on propaganda and what you wish and your idealistic ideas. They should come to the realities that this country is a developing country, and for that matter, there are certain shock absorbers that the country or the government must provide to absorb the shocks in the economy, especially for businessmen, especially for those in the markets and whatnot. But when you come with an aggressive policy and think that you can transform Ghana in 18 months, you'll be dreaming, and
that's what will happen. Banking
you will
fraud
see that
is
people will be losing their jobs when
banking fraud is in propaganda.
Is also
banking fraud is in propaganda. Where people file fake documents and declare wrong
that's
figures.
What I'm saying.
That's
that
propaganda
the results of to resolve that problem is not to be collapsing and emerging banks. You can, as a government, also provide shock absorbers, buy shares in it, and let it work.
So, Baba Jamal, the regional elections have gone on over the weekend.
Peacefully.
What trend do you see?
I see a wonderful trend, a government in the making.
Okay.
Because they're so peaceful, the people who have been elected are very competent people, were elected on their own merits, clearly so peaceful and clearly showing that NDC is forming the next
party
government.
Cleaning up people who are not in support of John Mahama?
Oh, no, that's
definitely
cannot be possible because we have expanded our electoral college.
Asedu Ketia says there's a bit of tribalism in the
I
NDC.
am saying that we have expanded our electoral college.
Asedu Ketia says there's a bit of tribalism in the Ashanti region.
I'm not Asedu Ketia. Asedu might have said
something. I'm asking
what I'm
you.
saying that I have not seen
that. Is there tribalism in the party?
I have not seen that. What I know is that in politics, a lot of things can come to play.
Okay.
You are talking about ethnicity, you are talking about religion, you are talking about friendship, you are talking about money. But the most important thing that I always tell my people that they must vote party first.
Okay.
That's my point.
Baba Jamal, I thank you very much. And I wish you all the best.
All the best.
Grateful. And that's how the cookie crumbles here on TV3 New Day. We'll be back with some more tomorrow. Happy birthday one more time to Tara, head of consumer banking at the Eco Bank. It's your birthday today as well. Enjoy. Be good. See you tomorrow.